us. Welcome everybody to our Balanced Life, Happy Life weekly gathering. We meet each and every week, and I have to tell you, if you are looking for more possibilities, more opportunity, more balance in your life, you are in the right place. So welcome to our Balanced Life, Happy Life. This is an introduction to a company, a community of like-minded individuals who truly are creating something amazing here in North America and around the world. This is hosted by a company known as Nikken, and tonight we have an amazing individual who's going to be presenting to you about some of these possibilities for the future. He's an expert in a lot of fields. His educational background is in aerospace engineering, but he is currently an entrepreneur who helps people to start businesses and to really create massive change in their life in a variety of areas. So, ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome our presenter for this evening, Mike DiMuccio. Mike is a Royal Diamond with Nikken, but he's also a very talented and gifted individual in a lot of areas. So, Mike, are you with us tonight?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Jeff, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you, everyone, for joining this evening. We're going to take the next 25, 30 minutes to introduce a concept, several concepts, and their practical application for changing lives for the better. We call it a better way, this presentation. Excuse me as I just quickly switch to my presentations so we can kick this off. Okay. Well, as you can see, we are discussing a better way. There we go. You know, when I look at this photo, when I was first putting this together, I was trying to create a capture of what it would be like for somebody to live their ideal life. Now, for me, back in the day, I was an aspiring musician. So for me, it would have been to be up on stage. But I noticed thousands and thousands of people every single day of the week are paying a lot of money to go see people perform on stage. And it always fascinated me. What is our human fascination with performers? And the thought crossed my mind, I think it's because we live vicariously through them when they're on stage and just showing, bearing their soul for us and really living, feeling comfortable in their skin. And I think that would really be the representation of an abundant, healthy, happy life, is somebody who is really, really comfortable in their skin and having a great time. We call that humans being more. But there's a reason why that's not common. And if we look at what's going against us, it's stress. And there's modern stresses are everywhere, but they come in different forms. For most actually, it's the financial worries that are a very big source of stress. Health concerns, of course, are not far behind. And then so many others, including responsibilities, demands on our lifestyle, and so forth. All of these lead to stress, and stress induces a different type of experience in terms of life and life quality. So if we were going to address health and really look at health as an overall issue, we'd be addressing more than just physical. We'd be addressing more than just financial. It would really be all the key areas of our life: body, mind, family, society, finances. So first question I ask, and it's a rhetorical question, you can just think about it. If there were two areas of these 5 key areas that we want to achieve balance in, if there were 2 areas in 2024 that you would really like to see an improvement on to improve your balance, what 2 areas would that be? Just make a mental note or jot them down, because I would like for you to listen to the rest of this presentation through the lens of those needs. And when I've asked this question in public, at a public event, or usually when I get enough feedback, there are 2 that surface as the top 2. Can you guess? One is finances, and the other one is a body, healthy body. Those are the 2 top concerns for most people. They may not be yours, but consider this, regardless of what it is. We don't get to be out of balance overnight. It's usually a progression. And we don't get to be healthy overnight. It's usually a progression. And if we use it correctly, we can take advantage of a concept called the compound effect. And that is, a big difference in our life doesn't have to occur by making a big change. It can occur by making small changes or small choices with consistency of time can lead to these massive differences or these radical differences. Whether we're talking about your income, your health, your relationships, your connection to success and happiness, it could be just a modest change when compounded over time can lead to a monumental change. And it doesn't have to have a big time frame. It could be only a matter of weeks, months. If we look at this comparison, for instance, with respect to choices, this is a very sobering comparison, as the title says, how North America approaches health compared to Japan. On the left-hand side, we have North America, and on the right-hand side, we have Japan. On the left-hand side, the precondition or the pretext is sick care. We look to solve a problem after it's a problem, whereas in Japan, they look to prevent it from happening in the first place. They call that self-care. But the difference in the way they approach health and the way we approach health creates monumental changes or results when compounded over time. We rank number 34 in Canada, USA number 68. Japan ranks number 1 in health overall. With respect to longevity, number 40 in the United States, number 1 in the world, Japan. Almost 10 years increase in lifespan. Cost of healthcare, we spend 3 times per person what they spend. They're the healthiest and we're not. So clearly, if this was a financial question, you would say the return on investment in Japan is considerably better than the one in North America concerning all things health. When we look at obesity, for instance, as well, they are about 10% of the obesity rate that we have in North America. So whatever it is that they're doing with this self-care approach is clearly the way to approach the subject if we were really interested in improving our health condition. And one of the things that they've identified is health risk factors that we can actually mitigate. The first we mentioned already, sources of stress, but what other sources of stress are there that compound and create this body burden? Poor sleep, that affects a huge percentage of the population, at least half every day. Air quality, of course, we have considerable concerns with air quality. Interestingly enough, 10 times the bigger concern indoors versus outdoor. We've got water quality issues. We have this new thing, which is, I guess, not that new, but it has to do with all of the pollution of electricity or Wi-Fi and so forth, electrosmog, they call it. Tons of symptoms associated with that: fatigue, tiredness, concentration problems, dizziness, nausea. I mean, the list goes on. And then, of course, there's malnutrition, which is kind of interesting. That's what's leading to obesity, the fact that we're not getting properly nourished. So if you look at these factors that impact health, if we could modify any of those a little bit over a period of time, that could have a huge impact. And that is the answer. It's taking personal responsibility through self-care to be healthy by choice, not by chance. We call this active wellness. Now, Nikken is a company that was developed or that initiated its operations in Japan in 1975. And they started on a premise. The premise was we need a new definition for success. And their definition of success was to pursue balance in the 5 pillars of wellness. Basically, if you're in the pursuit of a healthy body or a healthier body, a healthy mind or a healthier mind, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances, is this something that you're in the pursuit of? And if you are, that is a good definition of success. So it's the pursuit of it, not necessarily the achievement. But let's hear from Nikken itself in their own words.
Do you ever have days where everything in your life feels in balance? When your mind is clear and your body feels in tune with nature? When everyone in your family is healthy and happy? When you belong to and support a warm, loving community? When you have a stable income and no debt? Mind, body, family, society, finances. Nikken calls these 5 areas of our lives the 5 pillars of wellness. We help you cultivate balance in all 5 areas of life with the tools that build your wellness home. Because to breathe is to live, we focus on clean air. Because water is life, We focus on pure water because healthy food nourishes strong bodies. We focus on nutrient-dense organic ingredients because everyone needs restful sleep and energy to feel joyful. We focus on rest, relaxation, and magnetic support. And to keep you as youthful looking as you feel, we focus on naturally sourced marine organic skincare. Our vision is to share the 5 pillars of wellness with everyone. And we want to spread the word throughout the world. Because once you achieve a balanced lifestyle, wouldn't you want to help everyone you know to achieve the same wonderful life of active wellness? That's what we offer everyone who is part of our global wellness community. Join Nikken to build your wellness home and live a life in balance. Discover it, live it, share it.
Wow, that sounds pretty magical. And yet it is reality. For many of us who have enjoyed the benefits of these products, this concept, the philosophy, I, for myself, has been 33 years a part of the Nikken experience. So, and we have some others who are going to share their story a little bit later. But let's just engage for a second. What exactly do we mean by active wellness and the Nikken Wellness Home? Well, think of nature. Imagine bringing nature into your home. That's a concept we call biomimicry, where we use technology to replicate the effects of nature. And that's what Nikken has spent all its time developing. The Nikken technologies around is understanding nature. So the Nikken products are like a greenhouse for people. We have, of course, focus on air, water, sleep, nutrition, and energy, the things that you saw in the video. What exactly is it? It's a pathway for creating a healthy environment that induces a certain way of thinking. And that thinking results in people taking action like breathing fresh air, drinking clean, fresh water, sleeping and regenerative sleep, which creates an effect on our body inside and out. The technologies that we employ, as I mentioned, air, water, sleep, nutrition, natural energies, there's a plethora of products. Something that you might want to ask the person who invited you to this call to learn more about. We have some incredible demonstrations that can be done in literally seconds. You will experience the difference. I was first introduced by a friend who knew I had a problem. I had a difficulty with my back as a result of a car accident. He invited me to his living room and said, hey, try this. We put something on, a Nikken technology on my back. And literally, while we watched a video introducing the concept, in that time, I felt so much better. I could move without the discomfort that I'd been living with for almost a year and a half. Powerful, demonstratable products, effective immediately. So it's science that replicates nature. Again, ask the person who invited you out for a full demonstration. But we have a saying in Nikken, and that is facts tell, stories sell. So I'm going to invite one of our presenters tonight, Sue Gruber, if you're there, to share your story. I need to pin you, if I may find you, if you can unmute.
I just unmuted.
There we are. Great.
Yeah. You want me to raise my hand? Oh, there.
No, I got
Okay,
you.
you got me.
You. Go ahead. Tell your story.
Okay. Well, Bob and I joined Nikken more than 18 years ago, and we started with water. But the very next thing we did was trying Nikken's Kenzen supplementation. We had been on supplements for years, really didn't know what we were doing. And so when we got interested and started trying things, we changed everything over to the Nikken Kenzen line. Within a couple of months, our energy was better. We were feeling better. And within a year, I mean, the quality of our life had dramatically improved. And then it was a learning process after that. We learned that not all supplements are created equal. Many of them are just standard grade. Nikken supplements were whole food and organic and considered pharmaceutical grade. So being a nurse, that meant something to me. I knew that that was important. We also realized that, through the learning process, that our food was not as nutritious as it used to be with mass farming practices. our food is not nutrient dense anymore. And then, of course, you all know that the preservatives and the sugars added, and then the way food is processed, it does not maintain a nutritional value that we should have. So without supplementation, we do not have optimal nutrition. And the results that we were having in a very short amount of time proved to me that optimal nutrition through our Kenzen supplementation meant that we were going to have an optimal quality of life. It was very dramatic the way things improved for us. I totally believe that every adult person should be ingesting our Mega Daily 4 men's or women's and the omegas, and then our biospecific system of Kenzen supplements allows you to pick and choose other things that you might need for a specific problem. So my favorites are Jade Green Zyme, Immunity, Joint, and Clarity is my newest addition. And the results from taking Clarity have totally blown me away. Better focus, my mood is better, my attitude is improved, and it has actually affected my quality of sleep. So I highly recommend the Kenzen nutritional supplement line. I mean, they are amazing. Try it out. Of course, drink your Mag water while you're ingesting your supplements, because years ago we got proof that the water actually does help you absorb your nutrients and everything better. So, Nikken is the thing, and try it, you'll like it. And I just can't say anything more about it. It's just the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Sue. By the way, I gotta totally back you up on that Clarity. I swear that stuff is powerful. My mind has never been sharper since I've been on Clarity. And I know that you had to pick something to focus on tonight to talk about, because we have such an amazing product line. We could go on all night about these products. Everyone on this call, I'm sure, has an amazing story to share. But we want to transition from the products to the opportunity of the products. So first of all, let me finish off on this section, and that is let me get that working. There we go. How can someone get started with Nikken products? Well, ask the person who invited you to share a very special link. We call it Yes, My Wellness Home. And you can build your own pack and create for yourself a start to your new wellness home. Free shipping offer, save 10%. We do have pre-arranged packs, which are my favorites. The water pack, which includes all the water technologies, including the shower head, because clearly if you're going to drink filtered water and nutritious water, you don't want to be bathing in the thing that, absorbing all that stuff through your skin. We have the energy pack, which was my first introduction to Nikken, which was through the energy technology. That was the game changer for me. And then my favorite, absolutely, in fact, pretty much North America's favorite, is the sleep pack, because sleep is something we do every day and impacts us more than just about anything in terms of health and longevity. A good night's sleep is something you experience right away. And so having a good night's sleep every night can make a big difference in every aspect of life. We also have featuring in our water pack our top seller, which is the Nikken Mag Waterfall. So as Sue was mentioning, if you're going to take care of your health, especially with nutritionals, make sure you're hydrating your body with the right kind of water. Ask about this product as well. So as a consumer, there's no requirement. You can start any way you like and register as a customer. You can receive discounts for the various things that I mentioned, including, as Sue mentioned, we do have great nutritionals that can be put on auto ship. And for me, one of my favorite things on auto ship is the skincare line. That's how I keep this face looking so young and pretty. I'm joking, of course. But anyway, there's other ways to get involved with Nikken, and we want to talk about that a little bit, because if you're looking for a way to supplement your income, One of the number one stresses, of course, in life is our finances, and there's a reason for it. If we look at this image, this was borrowed from Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, a very, very well-known author in the business world. And he basically describes the way we earn income as one of four ways: as an employee, as someone who is self-employed, like a professional or someone who has a small business, or you own a business, a large business with hundreds of employees, or you're an investor. When we look at the way money is earned and who's earning it, it's pretty fascinating and you realize why money is the number one source of stress for so many. 75% of the population work for someone else as an employee, 20% are self-employed. And the problem inherent in either of those two methods is that your money is directly tied to your time. You trade time for money. And what's interesting is, of all the money that's earned, that whole 95% of the population on the left-hand side only earns 5% of the money being earned. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, we've got only 5% of the population, yet they earn 95% of the wealth. Why? Because they learned a way to create value independent of time. For instance, if you have a system working for you as a franchise would have, then you have a business that can be scaled or can grow independent of your time, and therefore your income can be disproportionate to time. So what we want to be able to do to get from the left-hand side to the right-hand side is create streams of income, many streams of income. You might say, how is that even possible? I can barely make it on one. How am I going to create multiple? Well, that's where Nikken comes in. It's an operating system that enables a person to go from the left-hand side to the right-hand side with a scalable business over time. Think of these brands that you're aware of: Amazon, Uber, two very, very successful companies who had a breakthrough. What they did was they provided a means for entrepreneurs to become entrepreneurs, leveraging their platform. So for instance, everybody's familiar with Uber. You know, you could become an Uber driver if you have a car or access to one, a driver's license, insurance, you know, a phone plan, and put some gas in the car, and you could be out there driving and making some extra money on the side over and above what you're currently doing. However, if it wasn't for that office or their platform that Uber's put together, that would not be conceivable for the average person. But with that simple idea, Uber became the biggest taxi company in the world without even owning a taxi. Now, if you were that Uber driver, that's a great tool for you to be able to create extra income, but there's a limitation. You can't find other Uber drivers to join and earn an income on them. So you're still trading time for money, even though you've got a great platform to do it. Whereas Nikken provides us not only the platform to be able to create an online business, but we can multiply our time through the efforts of others as we offer this opportunity for others to be a part of. They can leverage the same platform and we can earn on their business. So an incredible opportunity to leverage and scale, starting small and growing over time. The system is pretty straightforward. We join Nikken. We start with a simple plan to maybe earn some extra income. We share and promote these products and the opportunity. We invite people to learn about this. And Nikken does the difficult stuff. Nikken handles all the logistics, the shipping and delivery of the products, the inventorying, the research and development, the warehousing, all of the things that most small businesses or business owners have to deal with, they deal with. So your job is simply to promote. And then through their technology, they're able to reward us on a weekly and a monthly basis, commissions that are earned through those efforts. You can do this anywhere. Again, with this logistics that Nikken's got, it's available on your phone. So if you're interested in having a business that is not only online, but portable, a great way to get involved with Nikken. $39.95 gives you a consultant account and access to all of these tools, including your own personal web page, which means when someone shops, they shop on your page. And when they purchase, you earn a commission. So the types of earnings that we have in Nikken for sharing this information are retail profits, cash bonuses, lifestyle bonuses, incentive trips, personal rebates, group overrides, leadership bonuses. Talk about multiple sources of income. We got many sources of income with Nikken, including trips. Our leadership development program, or our entrepreneurship program, if you will, allows somebody who's maybe not even been an entrepreneur to be able to integrate this into their life. As I said, it was a very low cost of entry. It's a turnkey system and a leadership development plan that involves both the company and the field leaders that really helps somebody start small and grow. The collaboration of Nikken is really the support system. It's people helping each other. You're going to learn from people who are much further along the success path than you. Now, in the traditional world, you'd have to actually hire a consultant or pay somebody to teach you what they know. And you would become their competition if they were really good at it and they taught you how to be really good at it. Whereas in this business, we're not competing with each other. We're collaborating with each other to support each other. And you're going to learn from people who are vested in your success. They actually earn a little bit from the success of your business. So they have no incentive except to help you learn what they do and do well. Let's look at it from a graphics. This is really great because it shows how this actually plays out. There you are on the top left here, a Nikken independent consultant. The goal here is to tell people about Nikken in such a way to attract to you some customers and some people who may join you as well in Nikken as a business opportunity. So these three here represent the people who join you in partnership with Nikken. And these five here represent people who are engaging as consumers starting their Nikken wellness journey. Now, the goal here is to help you create what we call that core circle of influence, and then teach your partners how to do the same. And as that happens, and they teach theirs, and they teach theirs, it creates like a ripple effect, a wave that can go out not only geographically. I mean, I've experienced this happening in multiple countries. So it's not even limited to your city, your state or province, your country. Nikken's operational in multiple countries. So your business could literally expand through word of mouth internationally. And that is our business plan for you. And as it grows, those people are all proud owners of Nikken products and living at a Nikken wellness home. And so that's generating revenue. That revenue is what creates an incredible entrepreneurial experience. But as I said earlier, it's always great to hear from somebody who's had some of that experience, and you can be part of that global experience yourself. So I'm going to invite, if I can, Ben, I think you're on the line, Ben Woodward, to share your experience of Nikken as a Nikken entrepreneur. Give me a second while I pin you. There you go. Fire away, Ben.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. I just have to say, I'm so proud of this guy because, first of all, he's my sponsor, so I'm a little biased, but he's a very smart, intelligent businessman who has international business experience on multiple continents. He's a family man with 8 children. Incredible. He's younger than me. Amazing. And he's one of our most eloquent speakers and helps put together all the visual materials that you're seeing here. So I'm so happy to work with you, Ben.
Thank you, Mike. And the feeling is definitely more than mutual. And I even think we're twinning in what we're wearing today. So
a little bit, yeah, we are.
Yes, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, people often ask me what my favorite product is in Nikken. There are so many, and Sue certainly shared a number of top favorites earlier on. I think my favorite product is the people. It's what we become as a consequence of engaging with Nikken that is truly transformational and has the greatest impact, I think. Certainly for me and for my family. I've always been goal-oriented, people-oriented, and that's really what attracted me to Nikken to become a distributor. I'm a somewhat of a newbie, perhaps, in the field. I joined as a distributor in 2016, so about 8 years now I've been in the field. Nikken's taken me to all sorts of different countries around the world on incentive trips, which has been phenomenal. Mike and I have worked the business in person together, and of course in Canada and all over the States. But we've been on stage together in Mexico and in the UK and France. We've traveled around in Italy together. It's just been an absolute blast. Not just building a business, but making friendships. The thing that I really love about Nikken, apart from the community and the chance that it gives us to become something more, is that very foundational philosophy of humans being more. That was mentioned on one of the earlier slides ever so briefly, but that philosophy of humans being more is really at the heart of what Nikken is all about. And those 5 pillars of wellness, I think, are that foundation. When you combine those 5 pillars of wellness and humans being more, you have an environment that really helps you to achieve balance as best you can. Mike mentioned that my wife and I are the parents of 8 children. So one thing that I've learned as the head of a family of 10 is that balance comes and goes, and it's our task to get it to come and to stay as frequently and as often as possible. But it's a constant balancing act, isn't it? It doesn't happen where we get the perfect balance, it comes and stays. That's certainly true of business. We don't get on the right trajectory, take off and stay on a growth curve for the rest of time. You have ups and downs, peaks and troughs, and what have you. But with that, in Nikken, you get partnerships. You get wonderful people like Mike that jump on these calls every Tuesday night. He was on his Zoom last night. Again on Thursday, we have another call for people that are anxious to get started and really run at their business with some serious goals and aspirations. And you've got a community of people that are partnered and committed to helping, again, on these universal principles that are timeless. You know, there are so many people that chase happiness and it evades them. They chase success and it kind of stays at arm's reach, just kind of out of grasp. But that's often because they have grabbed the stick at the wrong end. It's true that happiness ensues. We try to pursue it, but it really ensues. And it's the same with success. Success follows as a consequence, a byproduct of something. And Nikken understands this principle, and as a consequence, has built its whole business plan around rewarding others for helping others. So we do well when you do well. And that's one of the governing principles of the business, I think, that has helped it to thrive and succeed for almost 50 years now. It was back in 1975 that Nikken got started. It is very rare. The average life expectancy of a company, based on some research that was done by some researchers in the Netherlands, was 11.5 years, regardless of size. 11.5 years. Nikken has plowed past that, stormed ahead, and 50 years strong, almost next year, we're still moving forward. That's phenomenal. And I think that's because of these governing principles that Nikken has founded itself upon, that we help others to succeed and our success follows as a byproduct, that our happiness and our sense of belonging happens when we participate and we get involved with others, that we can become a better version of ourselves through humans being more, through the 5 pillars of health. And it's my testimony and my conviction, having been in the field with Nikken, that we get to partner with the cream of the crop of humanity when we get involved with Nikken. The greatest asset, I think, by far, we have great products, as you've seen tonight, but the greatest asset by far is the people. I look at the different faces looking back at me tonight, and it almost makes me want to cry, because there are so many people here that I just adore. I love them to pieces. And I think that's what happens when you get to serve together and work together and thrive together, struggle together, laugh and cry together, all of those things. You get all of that experience when you participate in Nikken. And I couldn't think of a better place to be than right here with us. So that's my conviction and my testimony tonight. So I'll pass that back over to you, Mike.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ben. So well said. You know, when people ask me all the time, what causes you to stay, with Nikken for so long? And I think your answer is the right answer. It's the people. It's the sense of purpose and the people. So let's wrap up. Again, give me a second as I get this computer working for us. Well, in business, timing is everything, they say. And To be at the right place at the right time is one thing, but to recognize that you're at the right place at the right time, that's even more relevant. So let's sort of put it on the table. Is wellness a movement? Is it something that's growing stronger by the day? It is one of the fastest growing sectors of the economy, expected to topple. I mean, I remember when I was first looking at this, they said wellness will be $1 trillion industry. And back then it was about $200 billion. Well, we're so far past that it's incredible. So if you want to be part of history in the making, hook up with a company that is part of history in the making. One of the premier wellness companies in the world, and of course, sharing the rewards. Nikken's vision for 2025 is to attract 10 million people practicing active wellness. Will we do it? I don't know, but we're sure trying. So be a part of that, join us, and help us. So we talked about how you could be a consumer. If you're a wellness advocate, then being a customer should make a lot of sense for you. However, if you're somebody who really likes to promote wellness, then perhaps being a consultant, upgrade your account, become a consultant, that's the right choice for you. There's all kinds of benefits in addition to being a consumer or access to the finest wellness products in the world. You can actually start sharing them and earning additional income. However, if you're like some of us who, and what Ben just shared, love the idea of being part of a community and building a community, then being a partner would be your optimal choice. What does that mean? It means somebody who has an expectation. We can help you put a plan that works for you together and get you started right away. So thanks everyone for listening, for joining us. Back to you, Jeff.
Mike, thank you so much. It's an exciting opportunity. There are plenty of possibilities. The opportunity to become connected to a community of like-minded people with a company that has a tremendous philosophy, business opportunity, amazing products. It really is a perfect time to make a decision. So make a choice tonight about how you will move forward in terms of creating more possibilities in your life, how you'll create more balance in your life. Nikken is a fantastic way to do that. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us for our Balanced Life, Happy Life. Thank you, Ben Woodward, Sue Gruber, for your testimonies, Mike DiMuccio for being our presenter tonight. Everybody have a great Tuesday evening. We'll see you all soon. Have a great night, everyone.